the reason why I asked that, this is a relevant issue because we are contemplating on maybe perhaps asking all these social media platforms to secure a franchise in this Congress, because we want to make sure that it's not just the platforms who make money, but also the Philippine government.
Kaya nga, Mr. Chair, siguro dapat lang din po na we should amend the Public Service Act, because a social media platform, in this case, Google, YouTube, and all other social media platforms are not included in the list of all public utilities under the Public Service Act. Kasi how can you regulate something which is not covered by a law? Now, tinanong kita, sabi mo may nasuspend na kami, na-terminate. Can you give us the list of all those content creator?
So, hindi po ako maka-comment on individual pieces
No,
of
that's
content.
why, yeah, we're talking is here of individual nga eh. Now, we ask you to submit to us all those has been suspended or terminated. Kasi mayroon tayo mag-usap dito na sinasabi nyo palitsi kayo, tapos may nasuspend kayo, tapos hindi namin alam.
Paano nagkakaroon ng monetization? It may required number of views, shares, hours. Please educate us. How do they monetize that?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, let me just share some of the requirements for the YouTube Partnership Program. So, number one, definitely the first is to follow the YouTube channel monetization policies. Some of it I've provided. In terms of technical eligibility, so the requirement is, number one, get 1,000 subscribers with 4,000 valid public watch hours in the last 12 months. So again, 1,000 subscribers with 4,000 valid public watch hours in the last 12 months.
Okay, question. So, assuming I put up my own YouTube channel ba, is that what you call it?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair.
And then I must have, what, 1,000 subscribers?
That's the first step.
And
Mr. Chair.
4,000 hours of?
4,000 valid public watch hours. And when we say this,
Watch hours.
Mr. Chair, kasi for example, if your watch hours are bots, then that would not be a valid public watch hour. If you're trying to game the system,
Would you be able to determine whether these are bots or not?
so YouTube would have the necessary technical capabilities.
So you have that technical capability?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Ang tanong, next question, ano naman ang accountability halimbawa ng YouTube? Assuming that your channel is being used as a purveyor of fake news, and then you discovered that merong anong accountability ng platform?
So, Mr. Chair, again, I guess depends on the jurisdiction that would be concerned. So, for example, Mr. Chair, if of course, Mr. Chair, it would be different if the channel is in the United States versus in Singapore, for example, which has POFMA, as discussed in the previous hearing. So, Mr. Chair, depends on the laws in the jurisdiction of the channel concerned.
And it's like, it's as if you're saying that we're helpless in trying to impose accountability to the platform kapag ka ito ay abroad, no?
No, Mr. Chair, no naman. I'll give an example, Mr. Chair. The Philippines passed a law against OSAIC, expanded OSAIC law. And on the expanded OSAIC law, there are specific platform obligations on that law. And so in that specific expanded OSAIC law, it imposes liability and accountability on the platforms that could host OSAIC content.
Okay. For those companies that advertise sa YouTube, no, do they pay you? Do they pay YouTube?
They pay YouTube, the platform operator. Yes, sir. Yes,
So they
Mr.
do.
Chair. Yes,
So
Mr. Chair.
assuming a company of Congressman Marcoleta advertises in your platform, they should pay you. They must pay you.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And do you pay taxes for that?
So Google as a company, so of course the mother company, Google LLC. So every Google entity pays the proper taxes in the jurisdiction where it operates.
So in that case, you're paying taxes to the BIR.
For every Google entity, it pays the taxes, the correct legal taxes in the country. So for the Philippines,
Yeah,
Mr. Chair,
yes or no?
Yes,
lang.
yes.
Yes, you're paying. So you
Yes.
have records of tax payments to our BIR.
yes.
Okay. BIR, is that true? Can you monitor how many ads that the platform actually gains? BIR? Parang kayo mismo, hindi nyo alam eh.
Wala.
Ano ba naman?
Hindi nga alam yung circular.
Ayan, use the mic beside you.
Mr. Chair. Yes, Mr. Chair, insofar as the ad revenue specifically,
So you monitor how many ads, magkanong payments nila, and you have that record sa BIR.
no, Mr. Chair, unfortunately.
Paano yun? Yes, sige, attorney. Yeah.
Mr. Chair, just to clarify, so Google, the entities in the Philippines, Google Philippines, and other entities in the Philippines, they do not own nor operate the YouTube platform. And so that's why the taxes that we pay to the BIR are the ones only proper to the local entities, so not the advertising. So the advertising is done not by the platform is not operated by the local entity.
But you make money out of the ads that are being shown in the channel, right? Sa platform nyo.
Google LLC does.
Yes, just my example is that when, let's say, the company of Congressman Marcoleta magkaroon ng ad sa inyo, he has to pay you.
Mr. Chair, not Google Philippines, not Google Philippines.
So who does he pay to?
Mr. Chair, that's a very legitimate area of inquiry, but that's a different matter altogether.
No, Mr. Chair, with
We are
all
about
due
to
respect
discuss
to my
abusive platforms.
with
Yung
all
mga
due
tayo-
respect to my senator, Mr. Chair, the reason why I asked that, this is a relevant issue because we are contemplating on maybe perhaps asking all these social media platforms to secure a franchise in this Congress, because we want to make sure that it's not just the platforms who make money, but also the Philippine government. That's one. Number two, if you are under the franchise of this government, then you will toe the line. Sorry, I do not mean toe the line, meaning you will be subject to the regulations and then the rules that will be imposed under this law. And I think, I'm pretty sure that no less than our Senator Marcoleta would be more than willing to author that kind of a law.
Mr. Chairman.
Before we proceed further, please allow the
Mr.
chair
Chair.
to recognize the presence online of the following members of the committees. The Honorable Celso Regencia, the Honorable Jordan Jesus Romualdo, and the Honorable Francisco Paulo Ortega. Yes, Chairman Joboy, your
Just a quick interjection, just very germane to the question of
with the indulgence
Chairman,
of
with the
the
indulgence of
Honorable
Chairman
Joboy.
Joboy.
Yes, please
Yes, I'd
proceed.
like to ask you to, before we move on to another topic, I'd like to ask, do you have an arrangement with other platforms insofar as maintaining your guidelines and standard of, that standard where you remove violative or abusive or harmful contents, no, with other platforms? Do you have that mechanism? I mean, that arrangement?
Mr. Chair, thank you. Depending on the type of content, I'll give an example. There are
Yeah.
some, for example, for OSAIC or what internationally is known as CSAM. There is technology sharing wherein if one platform already detects that a piece of content is CSAM, the hash of that is shared among the technology coalition. So there are coordination for particular types of illegal content.
Okay, so halimbawa lang, do you have also a uniform or universal agreement where, say for example, YouTube, kasi there are also contents uploaded on TikTok and on Facebook that can also be uploaded on YouTube. So say for example, if the content was uploaded on TikTok, tapos meron silang, you have also a shared mechanism agreement with the TikTok and in-upload doon, certain certain guidelines from your company might not necessarily be applied to the different companies that you have an arrangement of sharing technology, sharing information with. So paano nyo yun na-derive out, and how do you maintain, for example, that standard of guidelines na pag yung something that is not accepted on YouTube may not necessarily be the same with TikTok, tapos in-upload sa TikTok, tapos pupunta sa pwede niya i-upload sa YouTube. Paano po yung ganong ano? Kasi that would also generate monetization, di ba? And that would also spell out how you would really police your own community, no? Na hindi siya maging violative doon sa mismong standard na gusto nyong i-uphold, no? I-maintain.
Mr. Chair, so every platform would have its own community guidelines.
Yes.
So every platform would have its own rules of
Yes,
the
I
road.
understand that, but how do you strike, for example, the balance between a common understanding that this kind of content, whether it's uploaded on TikTok, and therefore pwede mag-appear sa YouTube kasi mayroon kayong arrangement ng share of information, cannot also be a violative of your own standard ng pag-maintain ng healthy content at hindi siya abusive. How do you strike that balance? How do you maintain that kind of ethical standard, if you may use the term, no, in your own community?
So as Mr. Chair, as mentioned, there are certain types of content where that is possible, and that I would say CSAM/OSAEC is where
But
that
do you
is
have that
possible.
kind of mechanism where TikTok, if it's uploaded on TikTok, tapos pag i-upload sa YouTube, halimbawa, or i-share sa YouTube, violative na from the very start yung content, hindi nyo ipapakita. Do you have that kind of mechanism right now?
So, Mr. Chair, as mentioned, not for all types of content, not for all violations. Specifically, technical coordination like that happens for CSAM/OSAEC. But, for example, if it's policies as to vulgarity, for example, vulgarity, there's no
Wala, no?
technical coordination happening between the platforms with their own independent community guidelines.
Thank you, thank you. Kasi ganun po yung nangyayari eh. Hindi lang ho sa YouTube, minsan na-upload sa ibang platforms, tapos nag-appear sa ibang channels. So, sometimes, kung ano yung hindi po pwede sa kanila, tapos po pwede dun sa kabila, dun natin malalaman kung talagang napupulis ba yung kanilang ranks para hindi po violative sa kanilang community at hindi magamit ito na loophole para bawal sa'yo, dito ko nila upload since meron silang arrangement, meron silang mag-appear din sa kabilang channel. So, wala kayong ganon, no? Wala po. No? Just on record.
Mr. Chair,
Wala.
not for all types of
Okay.
content.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, sa review team ng YouTube, sino-sino ang mga nandun? Without mentioning names for now, ilang tao ang nandyan? Tapos sila ba ay mga Pilipino o meron ding mga foreigners na nasa review team?
Mr. Chair, so libo-libo po. Yung team po na yan ay tinatawag na Trust and Safety. So lahat po ng mga platforms meron po yan Trust and Safety teams. At kadalasan po yung mga Trust and Safety teams nakakalat po yan sa buong mundo kasi po 24/7 po ang magre-review, 'di ba? So hindi po rin nag-report ka ng gabi, walang magre-review kasi po nakakalat po ang Trust and Safety sa buong mundo po yan. So kung tatanungin niyo po ako kung meron po bang Pilipino, meron po siguro somewhere sa isang opisina ng YouTube na Trust and Safety. Kasi po, yung Trust and Safety team, siguro po tens of thousands po yan of individuals all over the world who review these videos 24/7.
So Mr. Chair, ang bagit po merong tens of thousands kalat sa iba't ibang bahagi ng mundo. Pero for example, for video na nasa YouTube na ang nag-upload ay isang Pilipino, saang particular location naka-base yung mga magre-review ng ganong particular video?
Okay. Mr. Chair, maganda po ma-explain na dahil marami po mga ibang polisiya, di ba? Meron po tayong mga teams na may expertise po dyan. So for example po, meron kang teams na ang expertise po nila yung hate speech. Meron ka pong teams na ang expertise po nila yung gambling and other illegal activities. So depende po doon sa violation na kiniklaim, makakascade po doon sa team na yon upang sila po yung mag-review dahil expertise po nila yon. So again, hindi po siya depende sa bansa, kundi depende po dun sa topic na nire-report kung ano po yung tamang team na mag-handle po nung video nung video.
Ibig sabihin, Mr. Chair, kapag merong ganong ni-report na isang video, pwedeng haluan ng mga Pilipino at hindi Pilipino ang magpapasya kung merong na-violate o wala ang ganong particular na video. Tama po ba?
Tama po.
Tapos sa tens of thousands kasi naka-designate daw sila based on particular themes or possible violations. Gusto kong mas makonkretize para mas maunawaan po ng mga kababayan natin. Sa tens of thousands, paano sila nagpa-function, paano nila na-systematize yung kanilang gawain. Kasi hindi naman po pwede na yung isang video lang dadaan sa mata ng tens of thousands para smoothly na magawa yung trabaho. So, para lang po mas specific, yon for one particular video na nireport, on average, ilang tao yung collectively mag-scrutinize nung ganong video?
Okay. Mr. Chair, so nabanggit ko po may mga teams po, di ba? So, kunyari po yung report mo yung video for medical misinformation. So, meron po isang team na sila po, trabaho po nila yung mag-review nun, di ba? Kung sila po yung pwede mag-decide or pwede rin pong ma-escalate, kung kunyari medyo komplikado po yung issue, pwede rin pong ma-escalate sa leadership. So, kumbaga po, may layers of may layers of escalation, may layers of decision making. Pero kung malinaw naman po, pwedeng ma-actionan na kahit isang tao lamang po. Pwede naman po 'yun. Hindi po siya all the time na kailangan maraming tao po nagde-decide. Nangyayari rin po minsan, kunyari po, na-escalate sa team nila, pero sa tingin po nila walang violation sa kanila, pwede rin po nilang ipasa sa kabilang team. So kunyari po, nire-review ng isang team yung content, sa kanila walang violation, pero sa tingin po nila may violation to ng advertiser-friendly guidelines, pwede po nilang i-endorse dun po sa kabilang team na nagre-review po kung yung video ay compliant po sa advertiser-friendly guidance. So meron din pong coordination na pwedeng mangyari. Lalong-lalo na po kung komplikado po yung video. Kunyari kung may halong violence, may halong hate speech, may halong medical misinformation, pwede pong maraming teams ang nagre-review ng isang video na nireport po.
So, Mr. Chair, based dun sa paliwanag, merong vertical tsaka horizontal na pwedeng pag-assess ng isang video. So, kung masyadong halata naman na hindi talaga totoo yung sinabi doon, halimbawa, misleading or halatang mali talaga impormasyon regarding an election, so pwedeng isang tao, pwedeng mag-take down. Pero kung medyo balabo pa na hindi pwedeng ipabay sa isang tao, pwedeng iakyat sa isang team. Ilan po ba yan? 10 tao? 20 katao? 30 katao?
Hindi po siya sa numero, Mr. Chair. Kunyari po kailangan pong i-escalate sa mga medyo mas leadership team po. Yung mga medyo meron pong capacity na kapag decide kung medyo komplikado po yung issue. So hindi naman po siya abot sa 30 katao. Ano po siya, more on a leadership team na maliit lang po, kakaunti lang po, small group lang din po.
So, as I wrap up, Mr. Chair, tingin ko doon lang may kailangang pagbutihin talaga dahil while mga tao tayo lahat, pero pagdating sa kung sino yung mas may leverage para magpakalat ng mga ideya, lalo na kung yung ideya ay hindi conducive para sa democratic exchange of ideas at pwedeng magagamit pa nga para talaga manlinlang, magpakalat ng mali, tingnan natin dapat mas may accountability doon sa mga institusyon na pwedeng nagagamit yung mga platform, no, para sa maling mga kaisipan, no? And hindi pwedeng nasa balikat lang ito ng mga government agencies, pero may role din talaga ang mga platforms dito, Mr. Chair. Kaya sana sa darating nating mga hearing, meron ding makaupo talaga from Meta tsaka ByteDance na doon, kung tingin ko ay marami ding kumakalat doon talaga ng mga mali. Yun lang, Mr. Chair, for now. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Just an interjection sa question, Mr. Chair, if I may. Patanong
With
ko
the
lang.
indulgence of
With the
the
indulgence of
Honorable
Congressman Paduano.
Akala mo ba
Hindi, kasi tatanong ko lang,
Alas 9 na.
maganda kasi yung punto na kung saan, halimbawa, naglabas ng content na nakapanirang puri, no? And then suddenly the platform takes it down, no? But the damage has been done, di ba? So meron bang sistema ang platform to say that we took it down because of the following reasons? Is there such a thing na ganun technical capability yung platform to say the reason why we took it down is because 1, may profanity, number 2, fake news, number 3, hindi verified or validated yung data, 4, it's just it's slanderous or libelous. Meron bang ganung capability?
Mr. Chair, meron po. So, pag meron po kayong video na may URL, tapos tatanggal po, naka-display naman po doon kung this video has been removed for copyright violation, this video has been removed for
Yeah, but
violating
there's no
community guidelines.
explanation as to why you found it a violative of a copyright law, di ba? Kasi hindi nyo naman in-explain in detail kung bakit But, the damage has been done. Nakapanirang puri na siya So, isn't there a logic? I don't know if this is kasi kayo lang hinandi dito, no? That's the reason why we want to ask you, meron bang technical capability yung social media platform na, halimbawa, may nag-post ng content, no? I-review muna ng human reviewers nyo and your AI before you post it. Maybe i-delay mo lang ng few seconds or maybe a few minutes before before i-post, or the platform allows the posting of such a content.
So, hindi po siya technically feasible sa dami po ng videos na na-upload every minute po. As in,
So, kasi nga, yung volume, no?
sa
Sheer
volume po talaga. Sa every minute po na nakakalipas, thousands of minutes of videos po yung na-upload, di ba? So, hindi po siya technically feasible on the part of any platform.
Sige, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Congressman Paduan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
The Honorable Paduan is recognized.
Thank you,
Please
Mr.
make it
Chairman.
brief.
Yeah. In relation to the question being asked by the members, no? Kasi ganito po, social media platform is doing business in the country. Now, before I ask that, no, yung particular na opinion ng BIR, NTC ba nandito? NTC.
Mr. Chair, good morning
okay.
po.
Before I give the floor to NTC, Attorney, is Google or any social media platform are public utilities? In your own opinion?
Sa definition po ng batas, hindi po.
Sa Public Service Act,
Hindi po.
hindi siya nakalista. Tama?
Mr. Chair, hindi po.
Okay. Now, NTC is social media platform, in this case, Google, Facebook, etc., are public utilities?
Sir, considering, sir, that they are not also their offices are not situated also in the Philippines, sir, we do not consider them as public utilities.
Oh, but they're doing business in the country. Malinaw 'yon. 'Di ba? Tama?
Doing business po kasi, sir, if I remember po, with regard din po sa BIR po, ang doing business po kasi means that they have an office here in the Philippines, sir.
No, not necessarily because doing business, kahit wala kang opisina, pwede kang kumita dito. 'Di ba? BIR, 'di ba? Ganon. Kumikita sila 'di ba?
Mr. Chair, for purposes of classification of doing business, it is required that they must have physical presence in the country.
All the more that we have to amend. 'Di ba? Now, second, tama ka, Tony. Under the Public Service Act, hindi po malinaw na nandun yung social media platform. Ngayon po, Mr. Chairman, all the more that we have to amend that. Because in order for us to regulate such, that should fall under the public utilities. Kasi napakahirap po For example, NTC, hindi nyo rin sila pwede regulate. Of course, KBP, before your member has to air, they have to apply for a frequency, di ba? Then you regulate if they're members of such registration, for example, is a member of the KBP, tama, di ba? But of course, the regulatory power to issue a frequency is with the NTC, tama?
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
Kaya nga, Mr. Chair, siguro, dapat lang din po na we should amend the Public Service Act because a social media platform, in this case, Google, YouTube, and all other social media platforms are not included in the list of all public utilities under the Public Service Act. Kasi how can you regulate something which is not covered by a law? Except, siguro sa BIR kung kaya. Diba? Kasi nagdinegosyo kumikita kayo dito. Diba? Attorney, I think it's just fair. Diba? Dapat bumayad kayo ng buwis. And also those content creator na pumapasok sa inyo, they have to pay taxes. Diba? And may coordination ba kayo with the local BIR or the BIR Central dun sa mga list of content creators? Wala.
Mr. Chair, klaruhin ko lang po. May mga regulations naman po sa Pilipinas that govern the social media platforms. For example po, yung kakapasan nyo lang po na VAT on digital platforms. Covered po doon ang ang YouTube, covered din po yung ibang platforms. So, for example po, yung batas po na VAT on digital platforms, covered po yung mga kahit non-resident po na mga digital platforms. So, doon po, pagdating po sa pag nag-impose na po si BIR nung regulation na yon, magko-comply po yung mga digital platforms. Another example po, yung bagong pasa nyo lang po na Internet Transactions Act. So, yung Internet Transactions Act na pasa po, I think 2023, covered din po kami doon. Covered din po ang YouTube, covered din po yung mga online platforms under that regulation. So meron pong mga regulation po na nag-govern ng mga platforms kahit po non-resident po.
Oh, yun pala, BIR. BIR. Do you confirm the statement coming from Attorney Gonzales?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Oh, what have you done?
Mr. Chair, considering that some entities are non-foreign and does not have any physical presence here, we, as per the tax code, they are liable for taxes insofar as all income derived here in the Philippines. So, however, since there are challenges insofar as collecting such taxes, considering they do not have any physical presence here, under existing rules and regulations, the income payers or those who, yung mga nagbabayad po sa kanila who are here in the Philippines should withhold the corresponding taxes before they pay them.
Sorry, to cut you short. But in the case of Google, they confirm that they have an office in the country. Are they paying taxes? Attorney, did you confirm? Are you paying taxes
Mr. Chair, we pay all legally required taxes, Mr. Chair.
based on your income?
Based on the activities of the entity po.
Yung mga ads,
So hindi po 'yan sa Google Philippines, Mr. Chair. Hindi po 'yan sa
doon na
Google
mismo
Philippines.
sa company?
Doon po sa mother company po 'yan. Kumbaga hindi po sa Google hindi po sa Google Philippines. Yung Google Philippines po wala po kaming hindi po kami si Google Philippines does not own nor operate the platform po. Nandoon po sa US po yung mother company. So kung ano po yung legally required sa Google Philippines ay binabayaran po ni Google Philippines.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think, Mr. Chairman, we should also consider this now. We should ask the services or the help of the legal department with regards to this, Mr. Chairman, so that we can legislate laws that will really regulate such, no? Itong pinag-usapan natin. Lastly na lang, attorney, for example, I content creator no nag-post siya, then it was taken down. What are the penalties in your end? May mga penal provision ba yung regulations niyo?
Opo. So una po pwede pong yung unang-una po level is natanggal po yung content, na-remove po yung content, 'di ba? So yun po yung isang parang basic level po. Pero according po sa monetization policies ni YouTube, pwede pong ma-withhold, adjust, chargeback or offset earnings or payment. Pwede pong ma-limit yung ad revenue sa mga videos. Pwede pong ma-suspend yung channel from the YouTube Partnership Program. At ang pinaka-penalty po na pinaka-mataas na level po ay suspend or terminate yung YouTube channel mismo.
Wait, now, in the case of YouTube, mayroon na ba kayo na penalize, na suspend or na terminate?
Meron naman po. Meron po.
Can you give us the list? Yung listahan po ng mga content creator na na-suspend you or na terminate yung contract.
Hindi po yata naglalabas ng ganyan. So yung ang
Ay,
ilalabas
hindi po.
po ni YouTube po yung transparency report po na
Hindi po, sabi mo kasi kanina, when I asked you, you said that may policy kayo to suspend, di ba? Or to terminate. Now, tinanong kita, sabi mo may na-suspend na kami, na-terminate. Can you give us the list of all those content creator? Kasi po, in relation to the question being asked by Congressman Raul, for example, yung Celis, di ba nawalang SMNI? Ngayon may sariling account siya, nandun sa YouTube. Yung specific example, yung pag i-check mo, ang daming mga ano dun, mga statements coming from mismo kay Celis na derogatory. At tuloy-tuloy yun. Wala may isa mang na-take down dun. Do you want me to show you?
so hindi po ako maka-comment on individual pieces of
No,
content.
that's why we're talking is here of individual nga eh. Now, we ask you to submit to us all those has been suspended or terminated. Kasi may hirap tayo mag-usap dito na sinasabi nyo palitsi kayo, tapos may na-suspend kayo, tapos hindi namin alam. Now, cite an example that was cited also by Congressman Raul. Yung kay Celis, you check all the records. Ang daming derogatory statements siya na YouTube has done nothing on those derogatory statements from Celis. Now you're telling us na may regulation yan, you implement those regulations? I think may problema kayo, attorney. Tapos sinabi mo, may na-suspend, may na-terminate. Oh, are those suspended? Or those terminated? Hindi nyo maibigay? Attorney?
Mr. Chair, so si YouTube po naglalabas po ng quarterly transparency report. So banggitin ko lang po, yung Pilipinas po dito sa third quarter ng 2024, yung Pilipinas po, number 8 sa dami ng videos na natanggal. Ang numero po nakalagay dito, 181,841. So,
Iyon na nga eh. Pakisubmit nga, pati yung mga creators, content creators, kung sino-sino yon. Kasi we have to check, we have to follow. Kasi sinabi mo kanina may mga regulation kayo din, we will check. Di ba? Kaya namin i-check yun. Kung totoo nga. Sabi mo nga, 100, magkano? Ilan ba yan? 181,000? But I never heard na may mga na-suspend or na-terminate na contract. And in the case of Celes, as mentioned also by Congressman Raul, malinaw po. One example lang yun, ang dami pa. Kaya nga inibitahan sila dito for them to answer. Now, ito ngayon, nandito kayo ngayon, you're telling us na may na-suspend, may na-terminate, pero hindi nyo maibigay. Siguro naman po, before the next hearing, dapat magpadala kayo dito ng report. Mr. Chairman, may I move that to direct Google through Attorney Gonzales to submit to this committee all those lists being required by this representation, Mr. Chairman. So move.
Any objection? Hearing none, motion is carried. Now, may I ask-
Mr. Chairman, last na lang po sa BIR. BIR, please also submit to this committee all those social platform content creator that has paid.
We will do, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Before we proceed further, please allow the chair to recognize the online presence of the Honorable Albert S. Garcia and the Honorable David J.J. Suarez. Welcome po kayo. Attorney Gonzales, do you have a legal basis why you cannot submit the report as required?
based on what I've seen po, we can endorse it to the legal team po for them to review the request. So, kung meron pong letter from Congress, we can endorse it to the legal team po.
So,
Hindi po ako legal.
you have been directed by this committee to submit such report. And if you have any legal reason why, then you should explain that. Okay? And you should know the consequences of not obeying the order of this committee. Thank you, Attorney.
Mr. Chairman, just, ano lang, Mr. Chairman, interjection nandun sa statement ni Attorney, yung sa legal. Attorney, this is an open hearing. Now, we don't need to submit or send you a letter requesting for that document because you are being directed. Now, the answer to you by the chairman is that if you have legal question, your legal question, you submit to the next hearing and we will see if indeed there is a legal impediment with regards to the request or direction being made by this committee to you. Not the other way around. I hope you understand, attorney, you're a lawyer.
Loud and clear, Attorney. Thank you.